And for more on this, we're now joined by DA Johannesburg caucus leader Belinda Kayser-Echeozonjoku, and she joins us via our video link for more on this conversation. Belinda, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Of course, you as the DA in the city of Johannesburg are once again challenging the appointment of Brink. You challenged it last year and he was reappointed once again by the government of local unity in the city of Johannesburg. Why are you bringing this matter again to the courts?
Good evening, Mbali, and good evening to the viewers. I think we must just put it in perspective, and I think in your introduction you were quite correct that this issue was taken to court previously. The court had ruled on the matter, and the court had also ruled that his appointment was unlawful and unconstitutional. And the city had completely ignored that and then went ahead and reappointed Mr. Brink behind closed doors. Now, as we know, this is a matter of public interest, especially something as important as the appointment of a city manager in a metro as big as Johannesburg. That is why we are challenging it. We raised the concerns inside the chambers, and we cautioned them on this, and they still went ahead, and that's why we are challenging it.
And when it comes to the processes which were flouted, we understand the last time the South Gauteng High Court said his appointment was unlawful and invalid. This time around, when you look at the manner in which he was appointed, which processes here were flouted by the GLU? I'm not going to go into too much detail because the matter is obviously currently in court. But what I can tell you is that a number of, not only was the court order violated by the reappointment, but also the rules of council was violated. The rules of council are very clear that a matter before the court cannot come to council. If a matter is before the Section 79 or before the courts, you cannot bring it to council. Now, they've completely shown a complete disregard for the rule of law and court orders. It's not difficult to oblige by the court order and re-advertise, but it's clear that there's something sinister, that they do not want to give a fair process where others will be given an opportunity to also apply for the same position. And how, imperative is this position in the city of Johannesburg? I mean, I also understand that it's got to do really with the control of service delivery to the community of the city of Johannesburg. So how crucial is this position?
Very crucial, Mbali, and this is one of the reasons why we're challenging a lot of what is happening in the city of Johannesburg. We're challenging this in court because we believe somebody that understands that when reports come to council, at least the city manager should be able to at least also advise to say this is going to cause problems which will cost the city more money. And the fact that the current city manager could not even at least advise as the accounting officer of the day that this could be a matter for the courts, which could impact on service delivery because money is then redirected away from service delivery and rather spent on a court matter which could easily be remedied by just re-advertising. If he so wishes, he can also reapply for the same job and allow the process to be done. But instead, they are hell-bent, the city is hell-bent on not allowing a fair and transparent process, diverting money from service delivery, and rather defend one individual when the process could be easily remedied and service delivery will not be impacted.
I also want to get an understanding here. We know that there are some positions in the city of Johannesburg, they do become political appointments. Does the position of a city manager also fall under that category, or is this open to everyone in the city of Johannesburg?
In fact, the city manager is one of the most important positions where the person should be apolitical. Even if he has or she has their own political affiliation, that should not indicate
whether they get appointed or not. The person should exercise their duties without fear, favor, or political affiliation. One of the challenges we've had as the Democratic Alliance is that a lot of the councillors has raised concerns regarding service delivery, and I can show you correspondence. In the city manager's response, he is referring to DA councillors raising service delivery concern. Now, as ward councillors and as councillors in the city, a service delivery matter, the city manager should not care which political affiliation the councillors raising the service delivery concern. Now, for me, that speaks volumes that the city manager first looked where the service delivery concerns come from and then responded accordingly according to political affiliation. He should not care where the concerns come from, and that is one of our concerns that we have, that he is not impartial. He actually is biased towards not wanting to do service delivery in the DA wards that are actually contributing to the bulk of the revenue that is being generated by the city. All we want is fairness, the process to be fair and transparent, and the court has ordered for this process to be fair and transparent, and this current government is not allowing that process to be done. They are rather hell-bent on ensuring that Mr. Brink is the candidate that remains the city manager. And we're saying, allow a fair and transparent process. Somebody who's apolitical, who do not look at service delivery along political lines and exercise their duties diligently and impartial. We believe that this Mr. Brink is hell-bent on just servicing wards that are not DA aligned, and is one of the concerns we have also raised to him, that he should be impartial. So we're saying that allow the process to continue. A lot of these issues can be sorted out if the process is fair and transparent, and with the city is stopping a fair and transparent process by continuously going to court to defend one individual. One has to ask yourself, what are they protecting that Mr. Brink knows about?
Yeah, and Belinda, maybe if you can just also enlighten us when in fact this matter will be heard and what exactly will be the crux of the case.
Okay, unfortunately, I can't go into the detail. Obviously, we are taking it back to court based on the fact that the city was in contempt of court. Further details I cannot divulge. Obviously, it's sub judice, as you know. But also today, it was heard in court today, but there were some discussions, obviously, and we'll hear later on. We don't have any of the further details yet about whether this will now be heard in court later or if there's any further details. But as soon as, obviously, we have further details, we will be sharing it with the public. As you know, the DA is very transparent, and we're accountable to everybody else.
All right, Belinda, thank you so much for your time this evening. That is Belinda Kayser-Echeozonjoku. She is a DA Johannesburg caucus leader there, just giving us an insight in terms of their case with the government of local unity there in the city of Johannesburg. Also, once again, questioning the appointment of the city manager's appointment, that is Floyd Brink. And they are saying that indeed they are taking the matter once again to court.